What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. My name is Tony. Today we're finally installing the upper A-arms on the 2023 Colorado ZR2. These are, let me put my phone down. These ones are from Icon. These things are super beefy. It does come with the Delta joint, which is nice because this does give you a full 90 degrees of angle. A lot better than the factory from so it's going to be able to give you a lot better caster if you guys are going to go back and realign. So after you guys install this, you guys are going to have to get in alignment. I just got my notes on my phone. Like I said, it is going to add caster. So after you lift it, your tires are going to, your top of your tires going to be in a little bit. This is going to help push them out to make them more up and straight, especially after you're done lifting. So this is a good upgrade for it, especially when you guys are lifting. Like I said, it is the Delta Joint Pro. It's all serviceable, which is nice. There you go. So you do have your little grease feeding right here, and then at the bottom side of each one there is a couple holes. You're going to put a couple zert fittings in and be able to grease your joints as is. And the one thing that's nice is it is rebuildable. Instead of just buying a brand new arm because of the rubber bushings, if you have a bushing that's gone, you guys can actually just take it apart and rebuild it and serviceable. Yes, these things are kind of expensive, but in the longevity of it, it's going to be fantastic for the truck itself. This is recommended for actually 35-inch tires. It actually states it. Right there, actually on their website. I am going to link in the description down below the Icon actual video itself. They go over everything on this thing, and it's pretty in depth. So go check out that video. So again, it does come with all your factory parts on which way they're supposed to go. So the nice thing is now, because it gets so cold here, I finally decided to put a little heater in, a little upgrade into the garage. So what we're gonna end up doing is jacking up the truck, because my truck is technically stuck in the garage because of my rooftop tent. So I've been trying to get all this mods done before it sits outside. So because I actually got to take apart my top part of my rooftop tent off. So what we're gonna end up doing is jacking up the truck. So one thing I know everyone's gonna ask, how much actual, because you may end up getting just a tad more of a kind of a some flex. So I know this is going to be asking in the comments down below, how much flex do you actually get? So I'm going to measure from the top part of the fender well to the top of my tire. It should roughly give us where the kind of the flex is, kind of a give or take, to see if we even gain anything from it. So from here to the top, it is roughly about 9.5 inches or so. So the problem is we have the shock and everything else in the way in the spring. We need to get to this bolt, and then we need to get to the other bolt down there. Unfortunately, GM wasn't smart enough to just put a, just tack on the actual nut. So then all you have to do is just come over here and unbolt it. But nope, you have to, get to this nut. So unfortunately, we have to remove all of this. So it's not the end of the world by any means, but it is it is what it is. So we are gonna undo the upper A arm. We are gonna do the tie rod, and then the 2 bolts down here, and then there's the 3 bolts up here, and that will allow us to remove the spring, and then be able to get to these actual bolts, or to the actual nut back here, which kind of sucks because this literally could be a 5-minute job. Unfortunately, it's going to take maybe an hour or so. So not the end of the world. It just is what it is. So I think I've taken this part 1,000 times in a lot of my other videos. So I'm just going to put it on a time lapse and capture, and then anything comes up, I'll stop the time lapse and kind of talk about it. So one thing I do want to actually point out, if you actually look at this ball joint at full flex, it is already at full G, basically locked out. And I think this is even gone because I don't feel anything in there. Just kind of keep an eye on that. Everything else basically already taken apart, except for this nut. You just got to be careful when you take this one up. There is actually a lot of tension on here, and this will pop. So what I do is break this nut, bring it all the way down, and then I'll smack it where it catches, and then I'll push down on top, and then I'll loosen it and then slowly let it go, so it's not just flying up into your face. And then we can remove the shock, and then we can get this replaced. So, and then we'll go into how to build the upper A-arm. So let's go ahead and So like I said, we are trying to get to this bolt and this bolt. I believe they're 21s, and then this whole upper A-arm will just come right off. So one thing I did want to point out is, look at the difference just from this angle. How this one is basically almost not going 90 degrees, but it is angle versus the stock one right here. I mean, look at this boot. So that's going to be giving you, and these are just so much more beefier than these little guys. But one thing you're going to want to make sure when you grab these out of the box is make sure you grab the right side. Your wheel speed sensors, line going this way, just make sure you grab them this way. And then we are going to take this bracket off, so you're going to go right here and right here. So one thing I did not really talk about are these Zerk fittings. You're just going to want to put them on each end, and you're going to want them kind of facing outside of the vehicle or the truck. So it's just kind of So now what you're going to want to do is grab a glove and grab some grease, and you're going to want to load this bad girl up.
But don't you worry.
Make sure you lube it up pretty dang well. Put that on. Make sure all nice and lubed. And then grab some more. Oop, shoot. And just push it on there, and then once we get it on, we'll put more lube, make sure everything's working properly. So now what we're gonna do is just basically put this back in its spot. Let's do that. One thing you're gonna want to get is this kind of this little tiny, kind of more like a little needle. Push this down, and you're just gonna end up just pushing it right into it. Now that we have this whole thing already done, and now we can just basically put all your, your spring or your shock back on and button everything back up, and this side is done, and we're gonna finish on the other side. So I did end up looking because I guess I'm just so used to there being a ball joint right here, and doesn't go all the way down. That's just the actual design itself. Is you're gonna see a gap, so don't worry about that. So now we can get the tires back on, and we will remeasure our see if we gain anything out of it. We really didn't get much of a difference. We're back up to still at about 9.5 inches, so that part didn't change. So that is the install of the upper control arms. These ones do just fine, but unfortunately with running 35-inch tires and having a lift, I really want to make sure that when I bring it to the alignment shop, it's going to get done correctly and well. And those things are so much beefier. And I think these boots were already kind of going. I mean, yeah, I did put my pickle fork on it, but there's not really, I don't know if you guys can see that very well, but there's not really a lot of grease in there, so they probably almost had to be replaced anyway. So now we have a better ball joint, and we're going to get more of an angle on there. So that is the install of the Icon Dynamics upper control arm, and I absolutely love them. Those things look McNasty on there. So next video we are going to be installing the Level Up's rear bump stop. These things, I'm hearing a lot of good things about these, and these are really easy to install. So it's literally like 4 bolts. So that'll be on the next video. So please do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button if you guys like this video, especially for already replacing this ball joint. So do me a favor, hit that like and subscribe button. I greatly appreciate it, every single one of you guys. Leave me down in the comments down below what you guys are looking at getting into. Are you guys looking at upgrading your guys' rear bump stops, or your upper control arms, or even just putting a brand new rack on? So leave me down in the comments what you guys want to do to your guys' rig. So I greatly appreciate it. Hit that like and subscribe button, and I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace out.